Here's how to make 3D text actually look good in DaVinci Resolve. And at the end, I'll show you how to do all of this in about 10 seconds. So start by adding an adjustment clip or a fusion composition in your timeline. Then just open it in Fusion. Now add a Text 3D node by pressing Shift plus Space or dragging it from your toolbar. Adjust the size, tracking, and font to fine-tune it to your liking. Now click the white dot up here to enable shading so you can see better. In the Extrusion tab, adjust the extrusion depth to make it actually look 3D and not just flat. Then adjust your bevel width and bevel depth to add those nice beveled edges. Now add a Merge 3D from your toolbar and rename it to Lights. This is where you'll merge all your lights. Add a directional light and angle it slightly left or right to get some nice shadows. Keep the intensity high since this is your main light. Now add another directional light to light the back of your text. Make it a bit dimmer than the main one. Angle it slightly as well. Duplicate it and light the other side. Now your text is well lit with nice reflections from all angles. Now it's time for some color. Add 5 more directional light nodes and set some color on them. Go for variations of 1 or max 2 colors for a mono or duotone feel. Just don't overdo it. Don't be afraid to make them bright. I'll show you some secret sauce later that adds really beautiful shadows so it'll look darker in the final render. So add a strong colored light from the right, a less saturated but stronger one from the top left. Those are your main colored lights. Add a few more dim lights and try to make them light the text from all directions. The goal isn't just to make the text brighter. Once you start animating the text and rotating letters around, all these different light angles create much more interesting reflections and prevent everything from looking flat. Just make sure your text is well lit from all sides. You can add a Shape 3D set to Sphere if you want to see your lights in detail. If you're lazy, you can just add a dome light and use a Studio Lighting HDRI instead. Link in the description for a free HDRI source. Now connect all your lights into the Lights Merge 3D. Add another Merge 3D and rename it to Camera. Now add a Camera 3D node and connect it to the merge. Keeping things separated like this makes your node tree easier to navigate later. Now add a Renderer 3D node. Now just enable lighting. Without it, your lights do nothing. Leave shadows disabled. Use your 2 viewers to preview the 3D space and the Renderer 3D at the same time. Now you can adjust the camera position while seeing exactly what the camera sees. It's finally time for the secret sauce. Add an ambient occlusion node after your Renderer 3D. Now connect the camera 3D output to the green input. By default, this won't work. To fix it, select your Renderer 3D and enable the Z and normal output channels. Add some temporary 3D rotation to your text so you can see changes clearly while adjusting. In the ambient occlusion node, lower the gamma and the kernel radius. Set your samples to something high so you don't get artifacts. Now merge it after the Renderer 3D and set the apply mode to multiply. Duplicate the ambient occlusion and connect the camera 3D and Renderer 3D again. This time reduce the kernel radius further to get those sharp angles. Merge it after the first one and set it to multiply as well. Feel free to readjust everything you want. Now you'll get some jagged edges on the text. To fix it, set your Renderer 3D to 3 times your target resolution. So for a 1920 by 1080 timeline, set the renderer to 5760 by 3240. Then, after the ambient occlusion merges, add a resize node and set it back to 1920 by 1080. This kills the edge artifacts and adds clean anti-aliasing for the cost of performance. Now for a stylized look, add a drop shadow after the resize node. Set the blur to something low. Set the distance and angle to the opposite side of where your colored rim lights hit. Now set the shadow strength to around 0.5. This fakes a rim light on the other edge of your text. Now add some glow. Set the threshold to saturation, lower the gain, and add some saturation. Different colors need different settings, so tweak it to your taste. Now add a second glow. Lower the gain, push the size to max, and set the threshold around 0.6. This adds ambient glow that highlights your reflections. Lower the opacity if it's too intense. I used shallow glow. It's free. If you want alternatives, Dream Glow works great. Links below. If you got lost, your node tree should look like this. This is normal 3D text, and this is the same text after the technique. Huge difference. Now all it needs is animation. I built a plugin that does exactly that, and the free version works right in your node tree. So you just replace your text node with the plugin, type your text, set your in and out values, and boom, it's animated. The paid version has everything baked in, so you get good-looking 3D text straight from the edit page in a couple of clicks. To install it, drag the Lua installer into the Fusion page. Then press Shift-Space and search for 3D Text Animator. On the paid version, just drop the generator effect on your timeline. That's it. Subscribe.